Yeah, part two of the final epilogue, the response to strictly boxing news, strictly boxing news vid. You know what I mean? All right. So yeah, man, what was I talking about in the first one? Yeah, you mentioned a lot of stuff about Floyd, but it wasn't nothing about him inside the ring. You talked about you like to see guys fight. Like, what was Floyd doing against Miguel Cotto? Was that not a fight? Did you not see what Miguel Cotto did to Floyd? Made that man bleed. You know what I'm saying? Did you not see Maidana versus Floyd? Have you not watched the man Floyd's career? You know, the man Floyd is a guy who's actually levels above everybody he fights. And if you know boxing, a guy like Pernell Whitaker, who was my guy, my favorite fighter of all time. This guy, Pernell Whitaker, was a guy who some people might have also considered dull. Why? Because he's dominating his opponents. Good opponents too, Hall of Famers, you know what I'm saying? And that's what Floyd did. He made it look easy, man. And when he's above and far above the competition and levels above the competition. Look at what he did to Ricky Hatton, man. Ricky Hatton was undefeated just like Floyd when he came into that fight. This was a big major fight, you know what I mean? But this man Floyd knocked him out, man, with power. He beat the man Ricky Hatton at his own game, the inside game, you know what I'm saying? Took the fight to him on the inside. You check it? Now, you know what I'm saying? This is the type of stuff that man has to correct, man. You know what I'm saying? And I heard you say on your video that you're not a boxing historian and this, that, and maybe, I'm not gonna say butcher your words, but basically saying you don't care much about boxing history. All you know is you watch the fight and you keep it moving. Well, I'm gonna keep it real with you. You have a channel. You must like boxing. I like boxing. I'm passionate about the sport. And actually, anything I'm passionate about, I actually do want to know the history about it. Whether it's boxing, if I'm passionate or I like boxing, I'm going to be passionate. I want to know the history. Because if you don't know your history, you don't know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? If it's, what is it? I don't know. For example, if you like cars, I don't know, you like Ford Mustangs, you know what I'm saying? Or Porsches. You really like them, or Benzos. You're going to definitely might know the history of these cars. You might know when the first Benz was manufactured in Germany and stuff like that. You're going to know, you know what I'm saying? I like women, man. I like them gal them. You check it? You know what I'm saying? You might get with a shorty, you know what I'm saying? You might have nice chemistry with the shorty. Things is going fast, you know what I'm saying? You hit it off. Before you know it, y'all two is intimate. Before you know it, things getting serious, and shorty won't be your girlfriend. She won't be in a relationship. Now, as a man, you might have to do your history and check the whole facts on shorty, you know what I mean? You might want to know what shorty was about, you know what I'm saying, before you make her your girl. You dig what I'm saying? You might want to know her history, who she's been with, you know what I'm saying? You might go ask around, like, what's up with shorty? Where's she from? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who she been with, you know what I'm saying? And it's up to you. You're going to definitely do your history about a girl you're going to want to be with, whether it's in a relationship or even for marriage, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, whatever you're passionate about, you know what I mean? You're going to want to know the history. So, I'm passionate about boxing. I don't know everything about boxing. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, I can't talk nothing about, especially this topic, without knowing the history of boxing. And especially knowing the history about, the timeline of Floyd Mayweather and all these things you were saying about Floyd, you know what I mean? Now you check it, I'm going to give you another example why why I think your reasoning is flawed, you know what I mean? You say the man hasn't beaten hasn't beaten undisputed champions, so everybody else is a title holder. I mean, look at some divisions, like, for example, today we look at a division like super featherweight, you know what I mean? What's that, 130? We had the WBA champ, Jezreel Corrales. Jezreel Corrales beat the longtime WBA champ, Takashi Ushiyama, all right? There's no Ring Magazine or lineal champion in that division. Lomachenko got the WBO belt. You check it. Who else has got a strap in there? WBC. That's what's his name? Francisco Vargas. So you're trying to tell me none of these guys I mentioned in that division are world champions? because there's no definite number one champion in the Ring Magazine or Ring Magazine lineal type. There's no Ring Magazine lineal champion. You know what I'm saying? It's vacant. You check it. So you trying to tell me none of these guys are world champions? You know what I mean? Lomachenko's not a world champion. You try to tell me Jezreel Corrales is not a world champion after beating Takashi Uchiyama, a long-time champion, was a champ for like 5-6 years, and he went out, Panamanian went out to Japan to beat Uchiyama. Come on now. What's the other belt left? There was a what? WBO, WBC, who has the IBF at 130? Is it Pedraza? Jose Pedraza. You trying to tell me that man's not a world champion? Come on, man. Let's be real, man. Let's not disrespect these fighters and not call them world champions when they are. You know what I mean? Okay. And another point I want to make out, in one of your videos, you gave, you're a funny guy, Strictly Boxing News. You gave Manny Pacquiao credit for beating Juan Manuel Marquez, and you said Juan Manuel Marquez was a champion. And arguably, Pacquiao has never beat Juan Manuel Marquez in the 4 times they fought. You know what I'm saying? He probably has never beat him, arguably. You know what I'm saying? Now you give Pacquiao credit for beating him. And like I said, Manny Pacquiao arguably has never beat Marquez. Fucking Floyd Mayweather washed Marquez. No doubt he was much bigger than him, but he washed him. He won every single round. But you ain't give Floyd Mayweather credit for beating Juan Manuel Marquez. You call Juan Manuel Marquez a title holder rather than a world champion. Dogs, you got to be consistent, man. You got to be consistent, my friend. You check it. I mean, I'm not trying to say this is easy to pick, man, but you got holes in your game, my friend, and I'm just picking them easy, man. And like I said before, you made a lot of points about why you don't like Floyd Mayweather. You called him a coon because, he told on Mike Tyson, and I don't like that about Floyd. I was, like I said, I'm not the biggest Floyd fan, but I am a fan of Floyd in the ring. That man's a maestro, you know what I'm saying? Okay? He's a master boxing maestro. Now, that stuff you mentioned about him and Mike Tyson, well, he was dead wrong for that, man. You check it, and that's some snitch shit. And I'll never give Floyd props for that, man. That's fucked up for him doing that. But we talking about boxing. You came up and talked about him calling T.I.'s wife a bitch. That was wrong. That was foul. That was messed up. He said he smashed T.I.'s wife. That was wrong. But I'm not talking about that, man. That's not what I see when I see in the ring, man. I see gloves, I see guys with their trainers, a man in the squared circle fighting against an opponent. And that's only what I'm talking about. That's only what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? And you said that the man, I've been mentioning Acelino Freitas. I've never mentioned Acelino Freitas this many times in 1 week. You know what I'm saying? Because, you said that Floyd Mayweather ducked him, man. And I showed you. You haven't shown proof. You have not shown proof that Floyd Mayweather ducked him. But I showed you in 2005. When Floyd wanted to fight this guy, Acelino Freitas. He offered him $2 million to take the fight. The man declined. He didn't want to fight the man Floyd in 2005. So Floyd said, fuck it. He went and fought the man Shambe Mitchell. But he wanted to fight Acelino Freitas. Acelino Freitas didn't want that fight. And he wanted to fight Jesus Chavez or Levander Johnson, whoever won that fight. I mentioned that in my last video and I gave you proof. And there it is, man. Go do your research and you will find out. I'm not lying. This is point blank truth and right facts. You know what I mean? And So, I'm going to seal this video up by saying this. Floyd only fought, who he fought? Zab Judah was a guy who was a undisputed champion, okay? Floyd beat him. Cotto fought Zab Judah after Floyd beat him, you know what I'm saying? All right, so everybody else that Floyd fought wasn't undisputed. Manny Pacquiao was. Manny Pacquiao's never even been a unified champ. So you're trying to tell me all these guys, because they were not undisputed, that they're not world champions? Boxing heads and fight fans, ladies and gents around the world, just listen to that statement. If a man is not undisputed, he's not a world champion. That's basically what Strictly Boxing News is telling us, you know what I'm saying? That's basically what he's telling us. And like I said in the vid, maybe he doesn't know, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he's ignorant to the fact and maybe he doesn't know. because definitely the guys in this comment section have no clue. They're decaps, okay? And I could give you an example. When in my videos that I made in the response, I only got 1 dislike, and I got maybe, I don't know, maybe one video might have 12 likes and 1 dislike, okay? What does that mean? And my video it doesn't have any kind of my video has no agenda. My channel has no agenda. Can no one man come on my channel and say that I have an agenda and I be talking about so and so? I'm not a fanboy of anybody, man. I'm a fan of boxing first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who comes in and does view my channel, these are neutral fans, you know what I'm saying? They're actually, I would say they're hardcores and they're purists. They're guys who do know they boxing, you know what I'm saying? Because we rarely disagree. We rarely have any arguments. You know, I've had debates. I've had some debates with some guys who come and try to defend Canelo when I made a vid of the DuckTales series about Canelo ducking Triple G, which is a fact, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I don't say nothing where anybody can come and really disagree with me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to put out a video where I don't know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna cover my tracks, and I'm gonna make sure before I do a vid, I definitely know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? So I mentioned that, you know, you said you're not a historian, and that's all well and fine, you know what I'm saying? But you do have to know your boxing history, you know what I'm saying? And you might not have to know everything, but you have to know your boxing history before you make an accusation like Floyd ducked Acelino Freitas. That's funny, man. I mean, really and truly, strictly boxing news. Think about it with a clear, conscious mind right now. Picture Acelino Freitas in a ring with Floyd Mayweather. The same Acelino Freitas who quit against Baby Bull Diaz and what's that guy? Corrales. Picture these two guys. Close your eyes and picture these two guys in the ring. Do these two guys even look like they belong on the same planet, man? Do they belong on the same stratosphere? Look at the competition, the guys that Acelino Freitas fought in his career. He's a good fighter, man. I'm not taking nothing away from him. He's fought some good guys. But look at the man Floyd Mayweather's resume. You know what I'm saying? Just let's be honest, man. A lot of these guys, you say that Floyd was ducking, man. Do you know what Floyd would do to them in the ring, man? These guys are not on this level. And I'm sure you're gonna call me a what do you call them? A flomo. You check it because you let those kind of racial epitomes go on in your comment section. You know what I'm saying? I see guys right in your comment section, yawn, another flomo or another African American. You allow these racial epitomes in your comment section. You know what I mean? Now, let's be real, man. Man, I done lost my train of thought, man. But yo, let's be real. Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? These guys you're saying who Floyd was ducking, they're not on the same planet with Floyd. You might call me a flomo. You might say he's my idol. Well, that's not the case, my friend. That's not the case. If you only know me, you will know that I'm not a Floyd fanatic. I'm not a Floyd Mayweather fan like that. You know what I'm saying? No. But I'm a fan of boxing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a fan of anybody telling lies. Oh, you also made the video talking about, and you basically said the man Max Kellerman, you vouched for him. You made it look like Max Kellerman is the end all and be all, and what he says goes. You know what I'm saying? Well, don't you know this man Max Kellerman made the asinine statement when Pacquiao beat Bradley, that the man Manny Pacquiao is the best fighter of this era? What kind of stupid ass statement is that from the guy Max Kellerman and the man Floyd Mayweather beat Manny Pacquiao? What kind of sense does that make? I mean, come on now. You also mentioned 78 Sports TV, you know what I'm saying? And you know, you try to make it look like 78 Sports TV is a big Floyd fanatic. You know, I'm not going to speak for 78 Sports TV, but from what I've heard from his videos, he's not a big Floyd Mayweather fan. That's the reason he made that video which you did play, because he's not the biggest Floyd Mayweather fan. But, you know, I've heard him keep it honest and say, yeah, you know, he knows that Floyd will beat Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? But hey, This is my epilogue, and that's the video, man. You could take it how you want. It's B Marsh Boxing. Let me know in the comment section if I kept it 100 on this vid. Please listen and subscribe, and I'm going to catch you on the next vid. Peace.